about 192,000 acres in all of Nassau County, and the amount that remains undeveloped today is about 4,000 acres. And those particular 4,000 acres are really important because they determine the quality and quantity of our drinking water.
The most pressing problem that Long Island and Nassau County face is the absence of open space and the effect that the overdevelopment that's already taken place in Nassau County has on the water system.
It's important now to protect these properties because the pressure of the population is relentless. And if you don't do it now, when? Once it's gone forever.
It seems like a lot of developers see a beautiful piece of land and they think, wow, I want to buy this and let's put houses all over it. And then they put houses all over it and there's not a beautiful piece of land anymore.
Saving the best of our environment is just a critical part of a healthy future. And if we don't protect the best of what we have left, we're doing a real disservice to our children because we will deprive them of the nice quality of life that we and those before us have enjoyed.
North Shore Land Alliance is making the effort to try to preserve as much open space as remains and as possible now. And the effort really has its logic in preserving the value of our lifestyle here.
A lot of people are very concerned about the overdevelopment of Long Island, and I think that they see it everywhere they go, and I really think that they want to feel like they can do a little bit of something to help, and that's of course what our organization does.
It's of real concern to think about the current state of Long Island as to the open space and where it might lead if there weren't groups like the Land Alliance seeking to preserve the open space. One could easily see development continuing as it has in the past so that every acre of private land might well, in 10 years, be developed. That's the thrust of what the Land Alliance and the other groups like the Land Alliance are about, to try to limit that to the extent that's practicable.
When the North Shore Land Alliance set out, we identified the open spaces that remained in Nassau County. We set a goal of protecting 2,000 of the 4,000 acres. And to date, we've protected, with the help of local government and with voters, we've protected almost 800 acres. So we have, in the 5 years that we've been here, we have made an impact. We have a lot more to do, and it's going to take everyone working together to be successful. But it's important, and it's worthwhile, and it's something that we all really need to band together to do for a better future for ourselves and for our children.
There seems to be a lot of people in our town villages that are making decisions about land and development and zoning that don't know what it's like to be in open space. They don't know what they're taking away from our community. They don't know that they're ruining our drinking water.
We sit on top of a sole source aquifer, and that is the source of our drinking water. And I think so many people don't realize that which they do on top of the land really does affect the drinking water.
In the case of the aquifers, they need to be recharged by rainwater, and that recharging depends upon open space. The less open space you have, the more difficult it is to recharge, and eventually one of the things that can happen is that salt water will leak in to the aquifer, depriving the entire Nassau County and potentially Long Island of drinking water. So that in the short term, it's absolutely necessary for the good of the entire island to do as much as you can to seek to preserve the aquifer system through the open space.
We need to preserve what we have, essentially because development has already consumed most of the open space necessary to keep our water clean.
With less and less land, there'll be more and more challenges. And it's just so important for everyone who lives in every community in this area to watch and to get involved and to take an interest, because if we don't, it'll be too late. You know, it's now or never for Long Island.
Without preserving our open spaces and the developable land, we're going to end up an urban landscape and not a rural one. And it'll just mean the destruction of the habitat in our life as we know it.
We're late in the game. In order to have the quality of life that we would like to see for Long Island in the next generations to come, action needs to be taken now. Hence, there is the urgency that we act, and that we act soon and do as much as we realistically can do in a considered way as quickly as we can do it. 20 or 30 years from now, the tangible results that can be left will impact all of us in a very direct and visible way.